year and over the next biennium and preserve public employee rights to organize and collectively bargain. The governor is showing absolutely no willingness to consider any kind of compromise. We just think that's poor leadership, and we're talking, we hope someone will respond to our cry for some compromise here.
Well, let me ask you this. You're saying that you believe there's a common sense solution, so how can you negotiate that common sense solution or that compromise with Governor Walker if you're not in the state talking to him face to face to find a way to get to that compromise, that common ground, and move forward in a way that will help the citizens of Wisconsin?
Well, the governor has not agreed to meet with us, and every thing that we've suggested to him, every time we've extended our hand, it's been slapped away. And so we understand that basically the governor's approach to things is to simply say it's my way or the highway. We believe that not to be the case, so we think there's some middle ground. We hope to be able to reach it.
And Senator, you know, this is still America, and a lot of times in political debates you have to really get in there and tussle even with the most unpopular decisions. You can't dispute the fact that Wisconsin is facing a tough financial situation. So what's a proposal from you and your colleagues to fix the problem?
Well, the problem's been fixed, and that comes from the governor's own mouth. He has said he needed concessions from Wisconsin public employees to balance the current budget and to reduce the future deficit. Those public employees in Wisconsin gave those concessions. They've said, we'll pay more for pensions, we'll pay more for health care. But the governor's agenda is clearly a different one. He's not interested in just balancing the budget. He wants to eliminate these worker rights. I think that's part of his larger national agenda. But we believe that he should focus on Wisconsin and be concerned with balancing the budget.
Senator, you're proud of Wisconsin, right?
Well, I am.
You grew up there?
In Eagle River.
All right, so you got to be there, man. When will you get there?
Well, we do have to be there. We understand that at some point we have to return, and we meet in caucus every day to talk about the circumstances in Wisconsin and to debate whether among ourselves what possible solution there might be. And we've concluded that we are ready to compromise. We have advanced a number of proposals for compromise, but none of them have been accepted, and we believe we need to try a little longer.
You know, I have to ask you, what about the other states? There's fallout in other states right now. They're following the example of what's going on in Wisconsin. In fact, some governors are even saying that Wisconsin has become a distraction. Are you happy with that fact?
Well, what other governors around the state, and many of them Republicans, have said is perhaps we do need to modify collective bargaining rights. Perhaps we do need to modify the process. But at the bottom of it and at the end of the day, we are not willing, and this is coming from other Republican governors around the country, we're not willing to completely eliminate collective bargaining rights for public employees. We believe Wisconsin should make the same decision.
And just to remind our viewers, we're talking to State Senator Jim Halperin out of Wisconsin. He is not there in Wisconsin. He's one of the 14 Democratic senators who have hightailed it out of the state. He may not like that description, but the fact is the fact that he's not there. And I'm looking at protesters right now. What about teachers? You grew up in that state. You were taught by a teacher. What do you think the teachers are going through, not having you there to vote and to help them with their situation?
Well, every day that we stay away means that they get to keep their right to collectively bargain. I think as a group they're pretty happy about that.
And the fact that some people are making a move to actually create a vote to recall you and your 13 colleagues, what do you say about that?
Every senator who's eligible to be recalled, and it's about half of them, will have recall petitions circulated and a recall attempt made against them. And that's both Republicans and Democrats. So I'll tell you, Kelly, this issue has split Wisconsin right down the middle. It's very divisive. We have a governor who is completely unwilling to even consider a compromise and try and bring this state together. And we're trying. That's all I can say. We're trying. We understand we have to come back if we fail, but we want to try a little longer.
State Senator Jim Halperin, a Democrat who, along with 13 colleagues, is out of the state right now trying to deal with a very difficult situation.